Happy Friday, team. I hope you guys are getting ready for your weekend and have some either fun or relaxing or both type of plans this weekend. But I wanted to come on real quick on my way home, and I hope you can hear me okay because it's raining pretty loud outside. But I was giving some advice today, and I just thought, this might be some advice that more than one coach could benefit from. And I want to take some ownership too, because I know when we get you started on a getting started right call, your why is something that, well, first of all, it evolves with time. So we don't keep the same why our whole time in this business. And so I always like to meet people where they're at, and I don't want to force them to come up with a why that doesn't identify with where they are. But then I think sometimes we also forget to go ahead and revamp our reason for doing this business. So I wanted to come on and talk about your why for a little bit, and just give you something to consider and challenge you with something a little bit just over the next couple days. And that is that if your why is anything to do with other people, and yes, we want to help other people, but I don't want you to confuse that. That's what we do as coaches. I don't want you to confuse that with why you're coaching. You signed up to coach, yes, to help people, but you signed up to earn an income at this. So your goal needs to attach to something that matters to you on a financial or personal level, and that impacts your life in a big, big way. So if your current why does not have something that impacts you, your family, your daily life, your financial situation, if it doesn't have something to do with that, I just want you to take a little bit of time to revamp it a little bit. Because it should include that. You signed up to get paid to do this, and I'm not telling you to be driven by money. And I'm not telling you to forget about people. Don't confuse this. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am telling you is people, especially people with health and fitness, if they're your reason to do this, expect that they're going to let you down. People fail you, and I don't mean to paint a bleak picture, and I don't mean to be discouraging, but people are people, and they don't always know how to follow through with what they said they were going to do, and they don't mean to disappoint you, but they will. And your why has to be something that matters to you, so that when they do that, it doesn't derail you from still continuing to connect with people. So I'll give you an example of mine so you can understand where I'm coming from with this. But so my why for coaching, aside from helping people, and I'm totally guilty of this too. When I first started, I want to help people feel as great as I do. There's nothing wrong with that. But you've got to at some point go deeper, or you're going to get tired of people letting you down. So my why is first a six figures student loan debt that I want gone before I'm dead. Okay? So that weighs on me so extremely heavily on such a regular basis that I don't want it anymore. I've had to declare bankruptcy before. Super embarrassing, not something I like to talk about. And I am not a person that likes to bail on my commitments, but I never, ever want to find myself in a financial position again where I have to do that. And that's with not one, but 2 degrees, school degrees, that I came out with making a salary that didn't come close to covering my monthly expenses. So I need to do something to create my own financial freedom, because I can't rely on an employer to do it. Even still making a better salary, it doesn't really cover Miami. It doesn't cover that. So I don't ever want to be in that situation again. I want to have the freedom to be home with my children when they're small. That's important to me. I want to be able to put a down payment on a house in cash. I want my family to never struggle the way I did growing up, not always knowing where our next meal was coming from. Okay? These are deep things. And I listened to something that Lindsay Matway did today, actually on this topic, and that she said the pain needs to be just as in front of you as your long-term goals, because those long-term goals can feel really far off sometimes. So the pain, that pain of like not being able to afford things as a kid, that pain of walking into bankruptcy court, that pain of not being able to cover my expenses with 2 degrees under my name. I never thought that with a master's degree I wouldn't be able to cover my expenses. I thought I'd have a salary that would take care of it, and it didn't. Those things are still very present in my mind and drive me to keep going, even when my challengers bail, even when people don't follow through with their commitments to me, even when coaches decide to cancel their accounts, because there's something so much bigger about this opportunity than another person's decision about it. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. You gotta love people where they're at. But my reason, and this doesn't take away from my desire to help people, but my reason for wanting to earn an income helping people, that's what I'm getting at. Why do you want to earn an income helping people? My reason for that are deep personal financial priorities in my life to create an environment that is better than the one I grew up in. I had an amazing childhood, but we were never financially stable. I've never been until more recently financially stable in my life, but I don't want to just be stable. I want freedom. I want freedom of time. I want freedom of income. And I don't want to live an extravagant life, but I don't want to live a limited one either. So that why is so deep that nothing discourages me. I'll get down for a time, but nothing derails me from doing this and going deeper with this and investing in this. So my challenge for you is to sit down with your why. At some point, you don't have to send it to me. I am not your boss. I'm not your supervisor. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But my challenge to you is to sit down with your why at some point and go deep with it. Take other people out of the why. That's what you do as a coach. You're inherently going to do that as a coach. That need is going to be fulfilled. Take them out of the equation so that when they let you down, it's not something that's going to totally discourage you. Take them out of the equation and sit down with yourself and decide what you want to do with this income opportunity. And what would that income allow you to do? Maybe you want to send your kids to private school. Maybe you just want to cover Shakeology and be able to get a mani and pedi every week or every 2 weeks or whenever you need to do it without worrying about spending $60 on that. So maybe it's small. It doesn't have to be big like mine. It doesn't have to be that. But what is it for you? I've heard moms that wanted to cover diapers for their kids, and that was their goal. As long as my diapers were covered, I'm good to go. Or do you have big financial goals? Do you want to do a repair to your home without dipping into savings or charging it to a credit card? Do you want to be able to pay cash for your wedding dress like I got to? Do you know how much it meant to me to go buy my wedding dress and not have to charge it? Like, I never thought I would be there with the financial situation I was in after graduate school. Never. I didn't even think I'd get to have the wedding dress that I wanted. Okay? Do you want to be able to, like I said, put a down payment on a house with cash instead of a loan? Anything, whatever it is, buy a car, cash instead of financing it. There are so many different things that the financial opportunity could afford you if you allow it and if you work for it. So just sit down and dig a little deeper into why this opportunity can matter for you. For you, not for your challengers. You're going to help your challengers. That's natural. I promise. We're not giving up on that. I'm not challenging you to let go of that. But what I am saying is dig deep into why this as a business opportunity is important to you, and how is it going to impact your life and your family's life for the better to stick with it, so that on the tough days, sorry, it got a little dark in here, so that on the tough days, on the days that people are letting you down, on the days that people aren't following through, on the days that you've heard a million no's, that it doesn't discourage you to the point of saying, I'm not up for this anymore. And that's the only thing that keeps me going. I've been through periods of it too, where I'm just like, gosh, man, this isn't going the way I thought it was going to. But if I just dig in and keep going, it's turned back around. So I hope this is encouraging. I want you to know that I'm always coming from a place of caring for you, wanting you to accomplish the goals you set for yourself. I don't want you to meet my standards. I want you to meet your own standards. But I wanted to encourage you in this because I do think that until we really pin down a deep, meaningful why, beyond the fitness journey and beyond helping other people, why does it matter to you and your family? And until we pin that down, it's hard to emotionally connect to the extra work it takes to do this on top of an already busy schedule. None of us in here are doing this full time. So on top of an already busy schedule, why does this matter enough to you to do it? And that usually comes down to, personal and financial goals. So I hope this encourages you, and I hope you know that I think you're amazing at whatever level you're doing this. I honestly, really, and truly think you're amazing, and you're capable of anything. This will just help you direct that focus and give you a deeper reason, and sort of fill in the gaps for the times that it's not coming out the way you like it, or the way you wanted, or the way you envisioned, or when people are being people. Okay, because they let us down, guys. They just do. So anyways, happy Friday. Have an amazing weekend. I'm going to try not to blow up this page with posts over the weekend because you're probably tired of hearing from me for the week. But I do care about you guys. I want the best for you guys. I can't wait to connect with you. And if you have any questions on this, for sure, let me know. And I hope this helps sort of guide you in a way to sit down and challenge yourself to think big with this opportunity. Decide what you want it to be for yourself and how it's really going to impact your life. Talk to you soon.